Hello again. Welcome to part 4 of my blog, which is entitled Commuting and Work. Commuting's a big challenge. I commute 20 miles each way per day, and currently, simply driving to work and back uses up my full hypothetical carbon allowance for the year. I don't really know what the answer is. Hopefully, low carbon or zero carbon transport will become more available eventually. However, the latest predictions suggest we need to make big cuts to our emissions within 3 years, and policy and industry moves slower than that. So we could perhaps think about making small changes to our lifestyle to try and get ahead a little bit. A simple and cheap way to improve things is to make one day a week car free if you currently drive every day. Try public transport once a week, maybe. Horrible, but could be workable. You might need a folding bike if you're getting the train. Consider getting an electric bike if you're not or don't feel fit enough to cycle to work. There's loads of great electric bikes nowadays, and they're not that expensive. I've got to admit that cycling is a bit inconvenient, and getting up early to cycle um, to work, especially in the colder months, isn't pleasant. But you do feel loads better for it afterwards, and you get to eat whatever you want, at least one day a week. Maybe try and consider the train for longer journeys, especially if work's paying, or if you're driving into a city centre. The train usually takes longer once you factor in getting to and from the station, but once you're on the train, it's usually quite chilled, and sometimes you might be able to do some work while you're travelling if you're into that. Uh, is it possible to work from home one day each week? It's not possible for everyone, but for more and more people, it is viable. So, aside from the carbon savings, I often find it more productive working from home as there are less distractions and I can start earlier or finish later than my normal day because I don't have to travel for an hour and a half. You can maybe have a look at your place of work and see if there's any improvements to be made there. Do they have secure storage facilities for bikes? Do they have electric car charging points? Does somebody have the heating turned on really high all the time or the cooling turned on really low all the time, much to the disgruntlement of everybody else? When really they could probably just open a few windows and let some air breeze through in summer and not even bother with the cooling a lot of the time. People often just automatically reach for the air conditioning and it's not necessary. On a personal level, I can't abide public transport. I've got a reasonably economical car and I cycle to work a day each week if I can do. Next year, I'm hoping to buy an electric motorbike. I've been looking at a range of bikes called Zero, which seem pretty good. They're quite expensive compared to normal bikes, but they cost very little to run. And I've figured out that I kind of get payback after about 4 years, and from then on, I've kind of been making profit from running one, if that makes sense. So it's a win-win scenario. That's the end of part 4. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again in part 5 when I'm going to talk about transport generally and holidays. Take care. Bye.